I hate clutter.
It's stressful, it looks bad, and honestly, it's just annoying. So I found some amazing Amazon products to help me keep my home clutter-free with as little effort as possible. These are all wicked cool, especially the last one, so make sure you stick around till the end. This spice rack. This is one of my favorite ones. We used to have all of our spices just kind of in here with the tops up, and you'd have to dig around and try to find out which one you're looking for. Just looking at the tops, it was super annoying. And we got this metal spice rack along with all these jars that have these stickers on them of what spice is in which one. Not only did we realize that we didn't use half the spices that we did have, but it also makes it super easy to find and put away, and everything has its place, and it kind of limits you with how many you can have. So overall, this keeps it super, super clean. One of my favorite things by far. These 2-drawer under bed storage things. In our bedroom, we have one dresser that we share, and Meredith needed a few extra drawers. So instead of getting another dresser, which takes up a lot of room in our house, and it's another flat surface that can collect a lot of stuff, we got these under bed drawers that just hold a little bit of stuff because we don't need a ton of stuff. I think utilizing this space underneath our bed is great because a lot of times you just put a tote under there and it just gets lost forever. It's pretty much like long-term storage, and this is something that we can use every single day. Very easy to use, and I think it's just a really good use of this space. They're pretty sturdy overall, and I think just a lot more pleasing than trying to figure out where we can put a dresser in here. And as with all of these, I'm gonna leave a link down in the description if you wanna check some of these out. If you're anything like me, then cables are just super annoying. They get everywhere, they're tangly, they just look horrible. So something that we did recently was get these cable boxes, which are actually just more aesthetically pleasing. I think it just makes the room feel cleaner. It doesn't really do anything besides like hide the problem. But right here, we used to have a cord strip because you have the router and a bunch of different cords going into it. And it just looks absolutely horrible, but this is just where it is, so I had to be there. So we got this box and we're able to just put all of this stuff in here. It does have some holes on the side so we can breathe and it doesn't get too hot. It's not like the highest quality, but you shouldn't be like standing on it or anything anyways. And for me, this just looks way better. I also did this upstairs in my office when I had a bunch of cords that were just always under my feet, and I'd be kicking them and accidentally pulling them out, which was super annoying. So I just put them all in a box, way easier. Definitely worth the investment for me at least, especially if those cords are in an area where it makes the whole room look less clean and more cluttered because they're kind of all over the place. By the way, if you guys are enjoying this and getting any value, it would mean a ton to me if you would drop a like and subscribe. One of the things that annoys me the most is having countertops that collect stuff. This happened to me all the time in the bathroom. I would have toothpaste, my hair products, deodorant, just random stuff that we use every single day, and it ends up on our counters, and then our counters look super cluttered, and that's wicked annoying. So the solution that we found was actually this thing right here, which holds your toothbrush, your toothpaste, the things that you use every single day. Also holds our towels because the other one's falling off anyways. It's actually a pretty solid one, and it really keeps the countertops clean and also looks really clean on the wall here. Honestly, there's not too much more to say about it, so we'll just go on to the next one. The first thing that you normally do when you get home is kick off your shoes, and if you don't have a place for those to go, they just end up all over the place, along with your keys and a bunch of other stuff. And now that we have a baby and she has shoes too, we recently invested in a shoe rack. I've had cheaper ones before and they continually break and they don't hold that many shoes. They look horrible, so it's really annoying. So we got this shoe rack, again, linked down in the description. It's really high quality and looks really nice. It also has a few higher spots where you can either put in a basket like this, or you can have taller shoes there. Like I've talked about in a lot of my clutter-free home videos, just having a place where everything belongs is like half the battle to keeping your home clutter-free. When you get home, you know exactly where your shoes go, you know exactly where your toothpaste goes, you know exactly where everything goes, because it actually has a home instead of just kind of being scattered. I don't know if you can read that. It says CAREWAY. It's a set of pots and pans. I absolutely love these things for a couple of reasons. We used to have very cheap pots and pans, which is fine, but having an actual quality set of non-stick pots and pans that also are not toxic are a complete game changer. For the first reason, they wash off so incredibly easy. You make eggs and you just run water over it and like everything, it's like pretty much clean. Absolutely amazing, and I'm much more likely to actually wash the dishes when it takes 5 seconds to clean something as opposed to like a minute scrubbing something off. So much easier to cook stuff. Huge time saver. I just love them. If you want to check them out, there's a link down in the description description, you can get 15% off, or I think they're also on Amazon. But absolutely amazing. Like, we've been using this for months. Look how nice that looks. It's like brand new looking. They also come with these organizers so that your stuff's not all over the place. They also stack into each other so they're more compact. The lids can hang on the inside of your cabinet so they don't take up any space. It literally like changes our experience with cooking. I'm only gonna spend like 10 seconds on this, but this sponge holder actually works. It just wraps around the base here. I've tried all the different ones that stick onto the side. I've tried caddies that go in the middle, a bunch of different things, and this one actually holds your sponge. Not a big thing. I think I was just stupid before, but I actually like and use this one. I've never used the ones in the past like 5 years. Something that I've noticed in the past like year or so is that having a bunch of mismatch dishes and silverware really lead to your kitchen looking a little bit more cluttered. At least it did for me. So recently we invested and actually got dishes that all match each other, and cups that all match each other, and silverware that actually go together and are solid and don't bend easily. And in order to organize that, we actually tried this wooden organizer here, which it turns out is absolutely horrible. If you have like maybe 4 pieces of silverware, they'll actually fit in there, or maybe you're a different style. Ours did not fit and were super frustrating when we tried to use this for a week. So instead we went back to using this, which is just like a bamboo tray. It's expandable, so we can actually fit all of our silverware in here. It's super easy to use, it's clean looking, it's solid, it's gonna last for a long time. So again, I think the point of this whole video is coming back to it's important to have a place for everything so things aren't just crammed in everywhere. We also used to have all of our baggies and cling wrap and tin foil and aluminum foil just kind of shoved into a drawer. The boxes would break. It was super annoying. The drawer wouldn't close all the time. So we actually got these boxes right here that fit bags, they fit aluminum foil and cling wrap. We can put them in there, and since there is an extra room, we can't add a ton more stuff to this drawer, so it keeps it from getting cluttered. It's easy to get to everything. You could tell when you're low or out of stuff. And while it's a little thing, it does help organize your kitchen, and honestly, they're just really cool. We've been really trying to focus on keeping our counters as clear as possible. We pretty much have this Alexa, this aloe plant, our Berkey for water, and of course, we also have Kevin, who is our sourdough starter that we use all the time. If you don't have sourdough starter, absolutely amazing. Hang tight, Kevin. We used to have this knife block along with all the knives on the counter, and we're really trying to keep the counter as clear as possible. So we recently got rid of this for something that I didn't even know existed. It's honestly one of my favorite things we've gotten. This knife organizer for your drawers. It's amazing, guys. You have space for all of your steak knives and your specialty knives that aren't necessarily the same brand as the other ones, so they didn't have a place before and they were just shoved in the back of a drawer. Now they all have a place where they belong. They look really neat and organized. Everything has a home and it's not out on your counters. Again, I can't stress the importance enough of keeping your counters clear and clutter-free. Makes your entire kitchen feel so much more open and your home less stressful. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next week.